Multiple reports are indicating that Kyle Lowry will soon be traded by the Miami Heat. The question is, who's the Miami Heat going to get? What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Before we get started, you guys, please take a moment, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And I get it. You're noticing something different about me. I know. It's these Miami Heat earrings. Aren't they amazing? Thank you, wifey. No, guys, I know. You see the sling on. Y'all know I'm a pro wrestler. This past Saturday, I had a steel cage match. Unfortunately, it didn't go too well on my end. Suffered a shoulder injury. Same shoulder that was injured before, you guys. It's a re-injury. Fortunately, this puts me on the shelf. But it's not going to stop me from bringing you guys Miami Heat content. You know what I say, you guys. As long as I'm breathing, as long as I got air in me, as long as I'm alive, you guys will get Miami Heat content from me. Y'all are going to have to kill me to stop me posting these videos. So off we going to roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Because it's like I tell you guys, no matter what goes on in life, if you wake up, if God gives you an opportunity to get up, you get up, you get your ass out of bed, and you make it happen. You do anything you can to live as positive as you can. And I'm not going to let this bum shoulder take me down. I'm not going to sit here and boo-hoo and cry about it. Nah, I'm going to rock and roll. I'm going to stay positive because that's exactly what I'm going to teach my daughters. So let's get rocking and rolling. I'm done with all this sentiment. My bad, you guys. Just, whoo, it's been killing me. Anyways, I could not cut a video today, you guys. Long day at work. Picked up my wife and kids. I told my wife, look, I got to talk to my squad. We got to talk about what's going on. Because first and foremost, what the hell, Miami? Dropping 3 straight. Getting blown out by the Orlando Magic. I don't want to go too detailed, you guys. I'm sorry I didn't post a video yesterday. It was 2 reasons. It was because of the shoulder. And secondly, I was just disgusted by what the Miami Heat did against that game in Orlando. There's no reason why we should have lost that game, especially what we've done to Orlando in the past. But then I started thinking about it, you guys. What is one thing that's been different about us? What is the one thing that's been different about this Miami Heat roster? What is the one reason why I feel like we've lost 3 straight games? I can't put my finger on it, but I think it's the guy's shirt that I have on. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Now, I know what people are going to say. He's a rookie. He doesn't make a difference. Wrong. That's because you don't watch him. You don't see what Jaime Jaquez Jr. has done for this Miami Heat roster. In 39 games, 15 starts, Jaime Jaquez Jr. averaging 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and he just makes a difference out there, you guys. I don't want to give him too much flowers because he's a rookie, but there's certain rookies that come to your team and they just elevate your roster and they help your roster from day one. Jaime Jaquez fits that mold. Jaime Jaquez has done things in the NBA that only some of the NBA greats have done. He is showing why he is that diamond and that piece that we need to succeed. So no, I'm not going to say the reason why we've lost 3 straight is because we don't have Jaime Jaquez. I'm going to say he does help. Especially in that game against Atlanta where we just lost by 1. You plug in Jaime Jaquez in that game and we win. So I don't want to get too detailed about the game, but I will say this. That loss against Orlando just clarifies what I was talking about in my video on Saturday. That this team has to make a trade. And I know I've defended this team. I know I've stuck by this team. Y'all, look, I've been a fan of this team since I was a little boy. I'm always going to be biased towards the Miami Heat, but I'm always going to be as real as I can. And that's the reason why I feel like a lot of you guys subscribe to this channel. You follow what I say because you know I'm always going to give it 100. And I will say this, and I've said it before, that with this Miami Heat roster currently constructed, we have a chance to win the NBA Finals. Absolutely. We are a contender. We may not be the favorites, but we are a contender. But a move is needed. Now, I've talked about certain players on this channel who I feel should be traded. I've talked about who I feel should not even be thought about in a trade. But it was reported by Ira Winderman. And yes, the Ira Winderman, the Heat beat writer, the guy that follows the Miami Heat, basically put out a post saying that the trade for Kyle Lowry is most likely to happen. And it's going to happen soon. Now we know this. We know that Kyle Lowry's been on the block now for 2 years. We know that, yes, even though Kyle Lowry has had some good games with this roster, and yes, he has given us some great things, he's also not lived up to his $29 million contract. Excuse me, 29.7. So it's basically a $30 million contract. Kyle Lowry, ladies and gentlemen, averaging 8 points a game, 4 assists, 3.5 rebounds, and a steal. His average numbers have gone down recently because he's playing like a complete horse's ass. And I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just trying to say that where he's been playing has not been working. But the last 2 games, he's been benched. He comes off the bench and he's still not giving that same production. He was asked about it in his previous game, and he said that he hopes it's just temporarily, that he hopes it's just a little game thing. Apparently in social media, people are making buzz that he's removing certain players from social media. I don't buy into that crap, you guys. For those people that like to follow Twitter and say, oh my God, he unfollowed Duncan Robinson, I don't pay attention to that crap. I'm like you, D, man. I'm cut like Udonis Haslem. That's the guy that I love, and you people, for the people that are understanding what I'm trying to say, that's baby bullshit. Like, I really don't care about that type of stuff. You know, if people want to make a big deal about who's dating who and who's unfollowing who, go the hell ahead. I really don't care. But that's something I heard, so I thought that was interesting, but I don't think it's real. I don't think people are stupid enough to do stuff like that. It just makes things obvious. I don't know. But there's a lot of things that have been happening in the last 2 days, you guys, that I feel like that a trade is imminent. It's not only because of this Kyle Lowry thing. Obviously, Miami put Kyle Lowry and Nikola Jovic on the block. We don't want to trade Nikola Jovic, you guys. And for people that have said in the past, that's the wrong thing. There's no way the Miami Heat are going to trade Jovic. They're going to build for him for the future. Let's get one thing straight. Miami Heat have their building block for the future. His name is Jaime Jaquez Jr. He's that guy. Nikola Jovic, even though he is a great piece, he's a tradable piece. That's the reason why he's been starting. You show teams what he can do. You show them the positives so you can get a good investment. You have to add him in a trade for Kyle Lowry because the obvious thing is that he's 37 years old. You're trading a $30 million contract, telling a team, take this contract that's expiring, but here's a sweetener. A Nikola Jovic and a second-round draft pick. Or Kyle Lowry with a first-round draft pick. Maybe we get to keep Nikola Jovic. That'd be great. But if not, you guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I'm fine with the team that we have. We have our building blocks. Bam! Jaime Jaquez Jr., Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. That's our four for the future. You got Orlando Robinson, you got Jamal Cain, you got Drew Smith, you got Cole Swider, you got Adonis Williams. Our future is set. We're fine. Nikola Jovic, yes, is a great piece. But to unload Kyle Lowry, you may have to include him. Why am I saying all this? We've talked about players before, you guys. We've talked about Dejounte Murray. We've talked about Terry Rozier. There was a new report about Spencer Dinwiddie. Whatever. No. But you're talking about certain players, and I keep revolving back to one player. Terry Rozier. The more that I look at it, the more that I see it, Terry Rozier is going to be the best fit. And here's why. We're going to go to Dejounte Murray. You know, that was the big thing with the Heat game against the Hawks on Friday. Dejounte Murray posted that post of the Miami Heat jerseys in the rafters, all the retired players. I think it was trolling, to be honest with you. You know, I mentioned it on my channel. I even posted a picture, you guys. I thought it was trolling. I thought it was funny. But it did spike up interest. But I've mentioned this before about Dejounte Murray, you guys. He's making $18 million. It's not going to work for a Kyle Lowry trade. You're going to have to include another piece, like a Duncan Robinson maybe, to make a deal work. Or, like, you're going to have to do something like that. You're going to have to give them you're going to have to make the numbers work. You're going to have to take something else from them. I think what the Miami Heat are trying to do, they're not trying to ruffle up this roster, because we all know that this roster needs a tweak. It doesn't need a huge upgrade. It needs a tweak. You switch Kyle Lowry and Terry Rozier, I think that's really going to help us. I think that's going to help us get to that next level, because Kyle Lowry's not going to do the things that Terry Rozier is able to do. He's not as fast. He's not as quick. He's not as agile. Terry Rozier is. You put Terry Rozier on this team instead of Kyle Lowry, ain't nobody out there can't tell me this team is better. This team will be better with Terry Rozier. Maybe Kyle Lowry is a tad bit better defensively, but I'm okay with that because Terry Rozier is a lot faster. He can keep up with players defensively. Kyle Lowry's going to have that problem. So why am I saying this, you guys? It's because with Dejounte Murray, first and foremost, the numbers don't work, so you're going to have to mix and match. You're going to have to grab another player there. You're going to have to send another one out. You're going to have to add multiple first-round draft picks. The Heat don't want to do that. But what have I said before? For a guy like Terry Rozier, you won't have to add that much capital. Dejounte Murray, you guys, is also in a bidding war with other teams. Rozier's not really. Right now, it looks like that the Los Angeles Lakers and the Atlanta Hawks are getting a deal done. The Atlanta Hawks doesn't want to take D'Angelo Russell, so it looks like they're trying to get a third team involved. And the Heat, I know with the Heat, it's like DeJounte's making 18. We got to take another player, then we got to give another player, then we got to probably send Jovic, then we got to probably send 2 future first-round draft picks, maybe another second-round pick. They don't want to do all that. Atlanta gave up 3 first-round draft picks for DeJounte Murray. The Heat don't want to do that. What the Heat are looking to do, you guys, they're looking to upgrade and tweak this roster without having to give up so much. By trading for Terry Rozier, you are going to be able to do that. And here's a package that I thought, you guys, that would be beneficial. And the reason why I'm saying this, you guys, I'm sure Heat fans that watch my channel, you're going to know this guy. Greg Sylvander from 5 Reasons Sports. He's very tied in with Easton Smolnick in the NBA that run the center. So he reported recently that the Miami Heat are most likely the team to trade for Terry Rozier. That it looks like Terry Rozier to the Miami Heat is likely. Now, we've heard that stuff so many times in the past with Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant and Donovan Mitchell. So these days when a Miami Heat fan hears a trade's likely to happen, we go, no. We don't believe it until we see it. But at the end of the day, you guys, it makes the most sense. Here's why. Terry Rozier, yes, he does have 2 more years left in his contract. 3rd year is a player option. So you are going to be with Terry Rozier a little bit longer than Lowry. But when you trade for a Terry Rozier, you're not going to have to give up so much, because what Charlotte's doing, Charlotte is on a sell. They're trying to get rid of players. So if you're Miami, you're going to throw them Kyle Lowry and his expiring contract, which is beneficial for Charlotte. When a team is rebuilding, you guys, we've talked about this. When a team is rebuilding, you send them 3 things. You don't have to send them all 3, but you got to send them at least 1 or 2 of 3. Young assets, future draft picks, expiring contracts. The Miami Heat can come up with a package, Kyle Lowry, and a future first-round draft pick for Terry Rozier. I think that would work. I would be okay with doing that. Or the Miami Heat can do Kyle Lowry, Nikola Jovic, a future second-round draft pick, and now you can ask for Terry Rozier and a Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is making $7.9 million and is on an expiring contract. He had that whole domestic violence issue, fine, but boy's been averaging 20.6 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He's a wing defender. He's a 6'7" wing player. Maybe the Miami Heat would have to include Caleb Martin to sweeten the pot, but that's another possibility right there. And now, instead of including a future first-round draft pick, you just send Nikola Jovic. Would you be interested in that, Heat fans? So this is going to be really interesting to see what the Miami Heat do. But I'm on board. I'm on board, you guys. I think because remember, you guys, the Heat had trade conversations with Atlanta Hawks a couple weeks ago. And after they originally talked, it stopped. I think it's because the Atlanta Hawks are looking for a lot of draft capital. The Lakers are willing to give it because the Lakers are like in desperate need. They know that what they have is not working, so they have to make a trade. But the Heat, yes, we've lost 3 straight, but we're still fighting for a good position in the Eastern Conference. We can still be out of the play-in. We're not in a desperate need. We still have a winning record. So the Miami Heat, you guys, we're not desperate to making this trade. Yes, we want to trade Kyle Lowry. Yes, we're looking to get it done, but we still have until February 8th. I think that he can get this done. The Lakers, they're looking desperate to make a trade. They're trying to like push all in. What do you take? I'll give you this. They're going to get a third team to get more draft picks. The Heat don't want to do all that. The Heat want to make a small trade. Yes, it's a $30 million trade, so it's a big trade. But if you look at a team like Charlotte, a team that's having a bad year, a team that's looking to blow it up, you can give them Kyle Lowry's expiring contract, who they can buy him out, and he can go to another team. Who gives a crap? I don't care. But you give us Terry Rozier. And ladies and gentlemen, if we are able to either give a first-round draft pick or Nikola Jovic, only, not both, 1 or 2, if we're able to do that, I think we're going to win that trade. Yes, we may lose Jovic. Yes, we may lose a future first-round draft pick. But guys, you have to remember, we have to stop thinking so much about the little future assets. We are trying to win now. We're not trying to win in 2026. We're trying to win this year. And when you're trying to win this year, normally you're trying to do what the Lakers are doing, going all in to win. But the Heat don't have to do that because our roster is good enough. We can go on a nice run with this team. But let's be honest, you guys, if we can make an upgrade, why the hell wouldn't we do it? So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about all this? Do you think it's a bummer that we're not going to get Dejounte Murray? Or do you feel like me? The fact that we can upgrade still and get a guy like Terry Rozier without having to give up all those assets. Because remember, for Murray, you're probably going to have to give up Jovic and future first-round draft picks, along with Kyle Lowry's expiring contract. Maybe have to throw in Caleb Martin and take a few things from them to make the numbers match. As where if you trade for a Terry Rozier, all you're going to give up is Kyle Lowry, Nikola Jovic, and a second-round draft pick, or just Kyle Lowry and a future first-round draft pick. It's easier for us. It's better for us because it allows us to compete now and get better, but it still saves more assets for the future. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't worry, Heat fan. Have no fear. I know the Heat's going to turn this around. I know we're going to win some games. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is coming back soon, and we're going to figure this out. Don't forget to smash the like button, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and you guys know I need your help. 62% of you that watch this channel are not subscribed. You guys help your boy out. It really helps me and my family. And again, you guys, I know you guys are going to be pouring love, pouring support in my comments. I know y'all because you're my squad and that's what you guys do. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And if I can just help one person take this negative and turn it into a positive, you guys remember, it doesn't matter how hard life knocks you down. All that matters is you take what you take, you get up, you dust it off, and you keep moving forward. I am not going to allow this shoulder injury to stop me. I know this is my third injury in the last year and a half. People are going to tell me to hang it up. People are going to tell me, why are you doing this? It's because I love it. Just like this channel. Why do I keep pushing? It's because I love it. When there was days that I didn't want to post channels, I did it because I love it. When there were days that people wanted to ridicule me after the Damian Lillard trade didn't happen, I kept posting because I love it. Take that inspiration, you guys. If there is something in this world that you love to do and people are trying to hold you back and stop you, fuck them. You look at them and you tell them, I'm going to do what I'm going to do and I'm going to make myself happy because we are 1 out of 7 billion in this planet. We are our one own individual person. We live this life and we don't know what's going to happen after this life. So you enjoy your life, you be happy, you stay positive, and you know that you're doing the right thing. I hope this helps you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. And until next time, your boy, you're in or out. That's enough said. Let's go, Heat.